Chapter 22. His lips felt so soft. I thought I'd grow old and die without ever a kiss. A melody bloomed in my mind, high and clear and joyous. He was kissing me. He drew away, a little way, and smoothed the hair from my face. He murmured, "You smell like a meadow." I touched his cheek. I hummed the melody my mind was singing. He smiled and listened. After a while I stopped humming, but the tune continued in my mind.
"Why were you crying?"
It doesn't matter anymore. It didn't.
"It does matter. Someone was cruel."
I shrugged.
"They don't know you."
He sang,
"I know you. You're the finest, kindest, sweetest maiden in Aortha."
He kissed me again. A prince could judge us, you know. Then Ushu was there, sticking her snout between us, wagging her tail, licking Ajoy's face and mine. We both stood, laughing. He returned to the hall, and I proceeded up the stairs. My mind went back to singing. The queen would expect me to be a while at my fitting. I could go to my room and calm myself. I stopped climbing. Ivy would recognize the tailor's behavior as an insult to her. Without a doubt she'd imprison him, and probably Mistress Audra as well. They had been even more rash than Frying Pan. They'd known what the queen might do. But I didn't want them imprisoned. I wanted my new wardrobe. They deserved punishment, but not imprisonment. I had to save them if I could. I started back down the stairs, considering how I might manage the tailor. He bowed when I reached his stall.
"Milady has returned for her finery."
I snapped out, "Come with me." I had never played the great lady before, but I'd watched the Duchess. He followed me behind a pillar where we could have relative privacy. I drew myself up to my full height, half a foot above his head. Ajoy's kiss had fortified me. "You thought to have fun with the Queen's favorite and be safe from the Queen herself."
"Milady."
"Her Majesty intended to come with me. If she had, you and your seamstresses would have been imprisoned by now. Did you think of Mistress Audra and the others?"
"It was—"
"And, with you in prison, tomorrow the tailor from Antio town will set up his stall in your place." His face reddened.
"The tailor Amori? That
I nodded. "Yes, that charlatan. Or perhaps Her Majesty will send for a Kyrian tailor from her hometown of Bast." The tailor looked apoplectic. "Did you think about that?" I sang. "Did you think at all? But," I returned to speech, "if my wardrobe is finished, you will keep your stall, and no one will be thrown in the dungeon."
"We will make it up for you."
He didn't meet my eyes. "Look at me." He looked up. "I want it in time for the sing, and I want the ensembles I chose, and the fabrics I chose."
"You will have them, but—"
I barked out, "But what?"
"There will be no time for a fitting."
"Then see that everything is perfect."
"Yes, milady." "Milady?"
"Yes?"
"What will you tell the Queen?"
"I'll tell Her Majesty that you are putting on the finishing touches."
"Tell her, too, that she won't find a tailor of my quality anywhere in Antio or Caria."
"If I like my ensembles, I'll certainly tell her that. Indeed, she'll see for herself. Good day, tailor." I strode away, feeling 1,000 feet tall, and glad to be for the first time in my life. Kisses were better than potions. When I reached Ivy's chambers, I told her the fitting had gone well, and everything would be ready in time for the sing. She clapped her hands. "Which will you wear?" "I know! Wear the blue brocade." "No, don't wear it. Bring it here. Bring all your new finery. You'll wait on me, and I'll wait on you. I'll be your lady-in-waiting, and you'll be mine. We'll look so splendid, the court will go blind from the sight of us. It almost makes me like sing." In the throne room that afternoon, she flirted with the 2 guards, but especially with the guard Uju. Ajoy and I wrote our songs while Uju dozed. I wrote Ivy's song as well as my own. I'd asked her if I might, and, to my surprise, she'd said yes. It was hard to pay attention to writing with Ajoy only a few feet away. I sat near the fireplace and leaned on a slate I'd found on the hearth. He sat at a desk where, he said, the king penned his proclamations. I wanted to move my chair closer to his. I wanted to do nothing but smile at him. Neither would be wise. Ivy wouldn't want me making sheep's eyes at her prince, and she wouldn't want him making sheep's eyes at me, which I saw he was in danger of doing. I lowered my head and concentrated on my song. I wrote about my feeling for beauty, for being beautiful. This was my song. There are those who find solace in a twisted oak, who can love the maggot in a pear, but I adore the plum that has no worm, the song that comes out pure, the shine of a polished stone, the chick with the deepest down. There are those who love the rain, not I. I love the cloudless sky. There are those who long to ease a sick dame's steps, who ache to trim an old man's beard, but I yearn for a golden feather, for the greenest leaf, the scent of a sleeping child, the circle of a perfect peach. Some love the rain, not I. I love the cloudless sky. When you think of me, remember how I yearned, remember how I ached, know how I longed to be a bright blue sky. But I no longer wanted the bright blue sky so much. I had something better. Now for the Queen's song. I sung an apology, would be received best, but she'd never sing, or mouth the words of, such a song. Second best would be a song about missing the king. I knew the way she missed him. She missed his love for her. She missed being the reason for his laughter and his tears. But her subjects wouldn't like that. The song should be about the way they would want her to miss him. I wrote, Eortha, I miss my lord. I miss my heart that still lives in his chest. I miss... Do not write too long a song. Ivy stood at my shoulder. I won't, your majesty. I wished she'd move away. I couldn't write with her watching. Many Eorthian songs are far too long. Don't you agree, Jori? He smiled noncommittally.
The composer and the hearer often have different opinions on that score.
She returned to Uju. Uju agrees with me. They are too long, no? He shrugged. She quizzed Uju about his song and received the shortest replies. In a few minutes she gave up and announced she was retiring to her chambers. She left, accompanied by the two guards. Ijori put his writing aside and came to me. He sang,
Sing to me.
I sang, What shall I sing?
Anything.
I sang, 4,738, 4,739, 4,740. He laughed.
It sounds marvelous when you sing it. I'll sing too. 4,700.
I joined in. And 41, 4,742. A servant came in. Sir Ulu wanted the prince again. Ijori conquered his laughter, touched my shoulder and left. He could hardly do more with his servant there, but I wished for another kiss. A noise woke me in the middle of the night before the sing. I heard muffled banging. I thought of getting up to investigate, but I drifted back to sleep instead. In the morning something was different. I threw off the bedclothes. I put on my shift and sang, Climb the day, drop your dreams. I stopped. I knew what the difference was. The birds weren't singing.